You were raised to believe the world rewards effort. It doesn't. It rewards advantage. From childhood, you were trained to follow instructions, meet expectations, stay disciplined, and trust that hard work would eventually elevate you. But look around carefully. The hardest workers are often exhausted, not wealthy. The most obedient are stable, not powerful. The most qualified are rarely the ones making the final decisions. Because you were taught how to function inside the system, not how the system actually distributes power. The first rule is simple. Effort is respected, but positioning is paid. Effort feels honorable, but it doesn't scale. When you trade time for money, you automatically limit your income to hours. Hours are finite. That makes you measurable, and what is measurable is replaceable. Positioning, on the other hand, changes the equation completely. Positioning means placing yourself where value flows toward you instead of from you. Employees sell labor. Owners sell access. One expends energy. The other collects outcomes. The structure doesn't reward who works hardest. It rewards who stands highest in the hierarchy. The second rule is more psychological. Perception beats reality. You assume the best product wins. It doesn't. The best perceived product wins. A luxury brand doesn't dominate because it's 1,000 times better in material. It dominates because it sells identity, superiority, and status. People don't buy logically, they buy emotionally and then justify rationally. Perception shapes belief. Belief shapes behavior. Behavior moves money. If people believe you have authority, they treat you differently. That treatment opens doors skill alone cannot. The third rule is ruthless. Emotion is a liability. Emotion makes you predictable. Predictable people are easy to manage. Easy to manage people are easy to profit from. When markets crash, emotional investors panic and sell. When negotiations tighten, insecure individuals concede too quickly. When silence appears, nervous people rush to fill it. In every case, emotion transfers leverage to the calmer party. The one who remains steady gains control. Power begins the moment your reactions become deliberate instead of automatic. The fourth rule is uncomfortable. Access beats intelligence. You can be brilliant, hardworking, and talented, but without proximity to opportunity, your ability remains trapped. Information flows through networks. Capital flows through trust. Trust flows through relationships. Isolation may feel independent, but independence without influence is weak. The system quietly rewards those inside valuable circles, not those proving themselves outside them. Skill matters, but access multiplies skill. The fifth rule is strategic. Silence creates authority. Most people over-explain. They announce plans before results. They seek validation before execution. They reveal uncertainty without realizing it. Silence works differently. Silence creates tension. Tension creates curiosity. Curiosity inflates perceived value. When you speak less, people project more. When you reveal less, you maintain leverage. Information is currency. If you give it away freely, you reduce your own bargaining power. The sixth rule separates survival from control. Ownership beats income. High income looks impressive, but income depends on continued activity. Ownership compounds independently. A salary stops when you stop. Assets continue. The system encourages you to chase raises because raises maintain dependence. Equity reduces dependence, and dependence is profitable for someone else. If you do not own assets, you are strengthening someone who does. The final rule is the most dangerous. Comfort is a cage disguised as success. As income increases, most people upgrade lifestyle instead of upgrading leverage. Better car, better apartment, visible success. Meanwhile, their structural power remains fragile. Comfort reduces urgency. Reduced urgency reduces risk. Reduced risk reduces growth. The wealthy delay visible rewards because they understand sequence. Control first, enjoyment later. Once leverage is built, pleasure becomes sustainable instead of temporary. Here is the reality no one explains clearly. The game was never built around fairness. It was built around structure. Structure rewards leverage, emotional discipline, strategic positioning, and controlled perception. If you don't study these forces, you become subject to them. If you don't regulate yourself, someone else will regulate your outcomes. If you don't build ownership, you reinforce someone else's control. You were trained to operate efficiently inside the machine. Now you can see the machine. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. The question is whether the system is fair. It never was. The question is whether you will remain reactive and predictable, or become deliberate and positioned. Because effort keeps you employed. Leverage makes you untouchable. And in this world, untouchable is the only true form of security.